Hello, everyone. Here we are reporting live from my childhood bedroom, which is why the lighting is so bad. So, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited because today we're talking to Jasmine, who is doing a bunch of very cool things. And one thing I want to tell you, because I was talking to her, and I don't think any of us really feel like we know what we're doing. We're all just like faking our way through. And I told Jasmine, I want to be where you are someday because it is my goal to run a thrift store one day. So I was just like, you have so much knowledge. And she was like, I don't know what I'm doing ever. So like, she's one of those people where like she is successful at what she's doing, but doesn't feel like it, which is frankly the best kind of person to be. Like, I don't like anyone who's like, no, I got this. Like, so with that introduction, I'm so sorry. I don't have better than that. Let me introduce you to Jasmine. We're going to learn a little bit about her business, which is the More to Love plus size consignment store in Asheville, North Carolina. But the reason I really want to bring her on is because they are doing a very cool thing called the Curvy Closet. So first, let's meet Jasmine. Jasmine, will you tell us a little bit about yourself? Hello.
Hi, my name's Jasmine. I like sunsets, long walk on the beaches.
You know what? Screw your actual. What two things would you have in your dating profile? Like don't come near me if you have this. About your business afterwards.
Love Star Trek enough to have a tattoo.
Nice.
And will stop and pet any dog and forget to introduce myself to the human.
Okay, I'm the mother of a 6-year-old. The people in my phone are like Sarah's mom, Maura's mom, Kelsey's mom. And sometimes it will be like Fifi's dog mom. I don't know actual human names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
so
know.
That's me. I am a person who has lived many different situations and have friends that have this beautiful spectrum about them. I really learned we're very much about co-teaching and skill sharing. So part of the reason why I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I'm an expert in this is because I'm such a generalist. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I know a little bit about this. Like I can tell you some cool facts about this animal. And, I know some things about this place. And, but this really is my passion. And so, when people ask me about it, I tell them I will happily share every mistake I've made with you in the hopes that that helps you, because at the end of the day, successful people on any level don't talk about their mistakes. They talk about their victories, and that can be very discouraging.
So can you tell us a little bit about your business? Because I think, I don't know if you found me or I found you, but I looked at your stuff. I looked at your Instagram, which I thought was great. And then I looked at your website and I was like, yes, this is amazing. And then I found out about the Curvy Closet and I was like, yes, I need to know this woman. So can you tell us a little bit about your consignment store?
So yeah, first of all, a lot of people think I'm the only one. I am not. When I started, I could find about 12 that either had been or were still open. And every year since I've been open, there's been like 2 or 3 more. So I do encourage people to look in their area, even if they haven't heard of them, because a lot of us don't have marketing budgets. But I started More to Love plus size consignment because I always assumed that my inability to find clothes that I could express myself with had to do with size, obviously, but I had assumed it had been more about budget. And so when I finally started being like, oh, I have $200 to spend on an outfit, saved it up, but I was like, okay, this seems like a real budget to get a really nice outfit with. And I had to shop for 4 hours downtown in a city known for fashion to find one thing that fit and was in my budget. And I still have it. I do love it. It's this. It's this. This is the outfit that saved me. And it's a dress. But after that day, I was just so upset that this celebratory thing, I had saved the money, it was for a photo shoot, had just turned into this awful day where I didn't feel like I could escape without crying. And I went home that night and I called my sister and I was like, is it crazy? Like, should I like start place? That's and she was like, yeah, and I'm bigger than you. Imagine how much harder it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really sat with that, and it was like, I feel like people are, not as a rule, but often best when they apply themselves to fixing their own problems in the hope that it is also someone else's problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what More to Love has always been focused on. It's like, I've been big bodied for most of my life, and I I understand this problem. I know what's wrong with the system. So even though I don't feel prepared in many ways to do
Mm-hmm.
this, I intimately understand the issues that I'm working against, and I think that really helps. So, yeah, More to Love plus size consignment.
I just want to share really briefly. After I had my daughter, I went into a Victoria's Secret for the first time in like 5 years. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what size I am anymore. Can you measure me? They measured me and said I was too big to shop there. She literally said, we don't have anything in the store that's going to fit you. You could maybe look online. And she recommended that I go to a plus size store over somewhere else in the mall. I went in there. They measured me and said, you're too small to shop here. We don't have anything that's going to fit your size.
Yep.
So that experience of like, I want to shop, I want to find something that makes me feel good, turning into an experience that makes you cry is definitely something that happens, and especially to women. So for all you dudes out here, thank you for watching this. So appreciate it. But it is something that I think is very specific to women, because for men, it's like, oh, your waist is a 40, you wear 40 jeans. You're good to go. And for
Yeah.
women, it's just like, well, what cut are you looking for? What material are you looking for? And are you at a Chico's? Because we have the anti-sizing here, so that's going to be different. And you're a 12 over here, but you're 14 if you're looking at the skinny fits. It's so complicated. And when you want to feel good about yourself and you have to fight to find something that you can even get into. And I'm sure you've experienced this because I sell clothing on Whatnot. I have women who come in and they'll tell me, I'm a 4X, I'm a 5X. Do you have anything that will fit me? And they just buy everything that will fit them. They don't care what color it is.
Yeah.
They don't care what it's like. If I can find anything, I'll just buy it, which is such
Yeah.
a disheartening experience.
Yeah, and it's not shopping at that point either. It's survival.
Yes. Yep.
And so it just becomes an entirely different arena. And if you are shopping somewhere that has your size, and if you like their styles, and if you can afford them,
Mm-hmm.
if you go to another store, you have to start over entirely. you know, that
Just want
that
to highlight this because I love when
oh,
people feel good about their bodies. We'll move on after that, but still. Okay.
love it. No, don't be sorry. So yeah, I really tried to, when I started More to Love, to not just think about the nitty gritty, here's a shirt, buy a shirt, and that being the end of our job, sort of. I really wanted to, um, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I'm looking up what a helix piercing is because I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm sorry. I thought I did stop talking.
No, you're good. No, I'm looking at what a helix piercing is because I'm so lame.
No, um, and so I wanted it to be an uplifting experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted it to be not just here's a shirt that fits. I wanted it to be, oh, we're super organized. Everything has its own category. We group 3 sizes together to kind of account for that wiggle room between brands. I tell people, start with your most common, and if you have more time, look a section up, look a section down, and just try everything on. To really feel embraced. If I don't have something in store and I know of a company that sells it, I'll be like, let me help you find it. Let me help you find some place to look, because I know that you came here to find it and you didn't. So let's see what we can do.
So let me actually use that as the intro to show people your website, because you do have a physical location in Asheville. Please give us the address.
moretoloveasheville.com. That is Asheville with an E,
Mhm.
ASHEVILLE.com.
That's you.
That's me.
Um,
That's me.
One of the things that really made me fall in love with your business is that you can shop by size, by brand, by price, and by collection. And again, as a woman of a certain size, 2X, like it's so disheartening to go on a website and just have to scroll through and hope there's something that will fit me. I hate it, but I also love like you list the clearance. So if somebody is limited by price, you can be like, yeah, I'm going to go there and I'm going to look at the stuff.
Yeah. A
Like
big part of More to Love is an outfit for every budget.
there's no shame in it, which is something that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
It's like you exist for people to find what they need. And that's really important.
In a timely way. I tell people all the time, I account for the time it takes you to find it in the price.
I was gonna say,
because it's not a $10 shirt if you had to spend 6 hours to find it.
Mm-hmm. What a wonderful thing to say. Oh my God, I'm falling in love with you.
You know, and so that's why I'm like, if you have 5 minutes for a shirt, I had someone the other day, I felt so good. They had spilled coffee on their way to work on their shirt, and they came in, they're like, spilled coffee, late for work, gotta get a new shirt. And they were like in and out in 3 minutes. Happy as can be, got a $7 shirt. You know, and then I have people who spend the entire afternoon browsing and shopping and trying things on. No worries. And so I really wanted it to be like, how can we fit into your life and schedule? Not how do you fit into ours?
Can we talk about this for a minute, by the way? Because like, I don't need it, but I feel like I do.
I mean, need is such a strong word.
Like,
it's such a strong word.
Because I gotta tell you, like, it's $14. And like, I will make an occasion.
I mean, I'm making you a little gift basket. So I've got.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
This lovely. Here for you.
Right, hold on. Let me close this out because we need to see that bigger clearly.
So
oh my God.
Here for you.
Is there any chance? Because please, God.
I don't know.
Please,
she might be a little small, but I am also confident that with your skills, you could take any part of that you want and make it fit.
Oh, you angel. No, but you angel.
So, well, okay. I know someone who can.
But yeah, please. Yeah, Max is like right there for it. I knew you would be.
Yeah.
But so, see, like, that's kind of the point, right, April? Like, just want to believe.
Oh, there's the comments. I hadn't been seeing the comments, but I found the button. Yay, hi. I'm like, I mean, they're here. Oh, okay, cool. Hi, everybody.
I just like I love that in prepping to have this conversation with you. I checked the website, you know, like it did all the stuff, and I love that I was like, well, I need that, and I need that, and I'm gonna buy that. Like it's so nice to have that experience of like this all fits. Like everything I'm looking at is my size, and that's very rare.
Thank you.
Very rare.
Yeah, I say that when I was, you know, starting More to Love and bringing this concept to life, I kept thinking about that 1990s, early 2000s TV shopping experience where someone would be like, I've got a date, I need a new outfit. And they'd go to the store and everything they try on fits. It might not be what they're looking for, but everything that they try on fits. And they never look at a price tag. And it's this happy, joyous occasion. And I'm like, that doesn't happen for us. That doesn't happen for me because of two reasons, size and budget.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I wanted someplace where you would want to bring your friends to shop together. And you know, I love that we have groups come in and help each other shop. And you know, is really, really close to a real version of that shopping experience.
I also am just getting the sense from you, but I think it's absolutely true that you, at the very least, have been a very welcoming and kind person. And I think you've made sure that your staff is also that way. Because again,
Yeah,
a shopping experience can be extremely negative.
yeah.
And I think that
And
you respect that. And like,
I do. I do. And in a few ways, I think that when you want people to feel embraced, it's not something that you're just like, "Oh, I set it up and you're done with." It's something you have to re-examine
yeah.
and be like, "What else can we do? How else can we do this?" You know? And my daughter and my husband also work at the shop, and they are so sweet. And like Lars, he's very tall and fairly masked, and so sometimes people be like, "Oh, you work here," and he'll be like, "Oh, I can tell you where anything is, and if you want advice on how something fits, Jasmine's right over here," and so yeah, it's I tell people we sell a style of clothes. We don't regulate the bodies that wear them. We're
Mhm.
not going to tell you something's out of fashion or isn't for you because we trust you to know what you want. It's not my job to dress you. It's my job to find options.
Mm.
And so that's why you never know what you'll find here.
I agree with you, except for Crocs and fanny packs, but okay. Like, we can have that debate privately. And then could you just tell us a little bit about this?
So the Curvy Closet is my newest expansion, outreach, but it also in a lot of ways doesn't feel new because we've always been, as I say, a for-profit with a heart. We've always donated if we hear of a, stuff swap or a clothing closet, we've always donated to them. During Helene, I had the opportunity to, when we were, physically cut out of our neighborhood because every tree fell and
Mhm.
none of us could leave. When we finally came out, some of my friends were already organizing supplies and, going out to help people. And I was like, what can I do? I don't have any money. We don't have any heavy equipment. We don't have medical training. And I was like, I can bring clothes.
Mhm.
I can bring clothes. So I came to More to Love and I had a bunch of stuff that was already set aside for donates. And then I just took all of the stuff that was set to be donated if it expired off of our like discounted racks and just brought just a bunch of clothes. And then other people started bringing clothes, and the relief on Big Body's faces when they were like, "Oh my God, I had to find time between filling out with FEMA and then going to have my house bulldozed to go look at a clothing closet for 2 hours, and all I found was a hoodie."
Mhm.
It was heartbreaking. And you know, like at what point have you been through enough?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so then I was like, okay, so we can't just bring all the donations here and just have at it there. So we started separating out by size and pulling out we got a half a jean pant leg, things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And making the bags so they didn't even have to sort if they didn't want to. We'd have bags ready with like a couple pairs of pants, a couple pairs of tops. So if like you just want to take this bag of 3X stuff, you can. Um, and it was really almost alarming in some ways that it felt even though like the whole like our whole town, like we didn't even have cell phones.
Mhm.
Like our whole town was hurting. Like I think 65 people died or something like that. But there was a small piece of me that felt satisfied in a way I couldn't understand.
Mhm.
And I felt like weird. I'm like, damn, I'm like, darn, I know I thrive in chaos. It is very hard to shake me off of where I am going. But I was like, but that's not this. And after like 2 months, I realized what it was is that I was doing what felt best for people who were hurting without capitalism ever being part of it. And that was where I was getting that satisfied feeling for, because I would, post on Facebook like, hey, we're trying to get the houseless their gear back. They lost all their gear, and if they don't get geared up before it gets cold again, it's going to be bad. And people were bringing new sleeping bags, like still in the wrapping, and bringing new shirts. And you know what I mean? There was so much of it's just what we need. That I had to restabilize my business. I had to restabilize my family. But the whole time, that whole last year, I was thinking about like, how do I make that more of More to Love's mission? And so what I finally came up with was the Curvy Closet. I know that was a very long.
No, do it. I love it. I love it. I love it. No,
I told you I love to talk.
I'm gonna make it about me again, but like I don't have a deep bench of skills. Like, okay, like I have a degree in drama. Okay, like the theater degree is not bringing home the bacon, but like one thing that I do well is can talk. Like that's what I do. I'm fine talking. So last year, my mom founded a charity to build tiny houses for the homeless in Philadelphia, and it was a huge fundraising effort. We needed, $2 million, and we asked different groups to just get shoes. Just get shoes. So high schools and some churches and some individuals just collected shoes. And then I was live on Whatnot for a week straight, and we raised $10,000 just selling shoes that people had given us. So that was a transformative experience for me, because that really showed me like, it doesn't matter what your skill set is, you can use it to do good. And the thing that really moves me about your experience is like, when your home is gone, of course that's painful, but when everyone in the community is going through the same thing, it's almost better. But when you go somewhere for help and they say, I can't help you because you're fat, like that's so personal. And that's something you can't recover from.
Yeah. The hurricane didn't mean to injure us. It didn't mean to hurt us. But the exclusion that big bodies face on every level is personal. It is intentional.
I don't know that you understand the difference that you make for people. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to help your business as much as I can, but also just highlight you. And honestly, anyone watching this, I hope that if you have questions, if you want to do something like this, you reach out to Jasmine. Could you type in, babe, could you type in like your contact information, the website, all of that? I should have done that. I didn't.
Oh, no worries. Hang on. It says I need to connect to YouTube.
It's exactly right. If you make it easy, people will do good. And Jasmine, I think you've seen that too. People want to help. They often don't know how. Yeah. But if you ask people for clothing, they will find clothing. If you ask them for food, they will find food. Especially if you're the one who's going to be like, okay, I will collect it. I will bring it here. I will give it to these people. You just have to give it to me. It is such a miracle when people give what they have and you find out that that is enough to take care of the people around you.
It is fighting with me. Let me try again.
Sorry. We'll work through it. But in the meantime, again, just please, if you are a big body, if you know a big body, please share More to Love, especially knowing that you're going to be helping people in Asheville who really need it. And again, one of the things that I love about a consignment model or about a thrift model is everybody wins. This woman has a business based on it, which is wonderful. The people in the community are able to find the clothing that they need. She's putting money in the hands of women in her own community, and she's doing good with the leftovers of it. And the entire model is based on recycling. So you're not having to go to Shein and support fast fashion. You're not supporting slave labor. You're not supporting things that are incredibly detrimental to the environment. It's all local and it's all good. And that is my soapbox, but just
And that's my soapbox. That's why I almost said soap opera. But that's why um
I'm also
I
stalling
do
so they
this.
don't
And
know that you're typing. So we're stretching it. They don't know. It's great. We're very clever.
um and and then the other thing is that one of the things, and my business is like a whole conversation thread. Who I am and who I had to become to get to that
Mhm.
place
Yes.
is like 500 conversations.
Mhm.
But one of the things that through my incredible crazy journey, cliff notes, I've been raised in and out of houselessness. One of my earliest members is in a house or a homeless shelter. And my mom was mentally ill. I struggled with mental illness. I ran away when I was 17. I had to go through houselessness. High school dropout. And those are relevant not because I'm like, oh, pity me, or because I'm so special, but because these are the things that kept me back from
Mhm.
trying for things I thought were just naturally out of my range. Like, I
Mhm.
can't have a business. I'm a high school dropout. I
Mhm.
can't do this. I'm broke. I can't help this cause. I'm poor. I and it's not that those things weren't real, that they weren't real hindrances and real boundaries, but in my life there were so many hindrances that I had to start just ignoring them
Mhm.
and just focusing on what I could do. Because I'm like, if I sit here and list everything that's in my way, it will take the whole day and I won't
Mhm.
get anything done. But if I think about what I can do, then maybe that'll just help. And maybe at some point in the future, I'll be able to do more. And so that's been really how I've lived my life and professionally. I'm just so, I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I wanted to get that done. I couldn't. I'm one person. So when people are thinking about starting the consignment shop,
Mhm.
sometimes it can be overwhelming to think of the brick and mortar, like the whole
Yep.
completed dream.
Yep.
I tell people I started long before I had the idea of a consignment shop. I started when I started upcycling my own clothes and hosting stuff swaps for friends. I would host
Mhm.
a stuff swap every year or so. You know what I mean? So breaking it down into small steps. And that's also what we've done with the Curvy Closet is I'm like,
Mhm.
I would love to have a brick and mortar plus size clothing bank. I would love to have that. I can't do that right now. So
Mhm.
most of this year before the launch had been just me thinking about what could I do?
Mhm. But do
And
what you can is so important because
yeah,
just because you can't do 100% doesn't mean you can't do 60% and still do a lot of good.
yeah. Or if you and 60 other people do 1%,
Yep. 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 Yep.
that still gets it done.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the Curvy Closet is designed to avoid some of the issues that nonprofits have with getting plus size donations. So, those issues would be things like clothing closets often have limited space. So, if you're like, hey, do you need plus size donations? They'll be like, oh, we're full. But that doesn't necessarily mean they have anything in a plus size, you
Mhm.
know. The
Yeah.
other thing is that a lot of nonprofits need very specific things. And so they can't do open calls for donations because so many people won't sort them.
Yes.
If they say that they need sweatpants, you donating your formal dress isn't going to help them.
Mhm.
So I wanted to also be kind of a go-between where I have this community of people that do take things seriously and do want to help, that I could be like, hey, we're going to have a pajama drive. Here's why. and then I could also just deliver bins of the things that they've requested to them. And when the bin empties, they can come back, we'll bring a bunch of donations, have little pop-ups. So this is very much about contacting each nonprofit and organization and being like, how can we help you? And what does that look like?
So we have just a couple minutes left. I want to ask you guys, are there any questions that you have for Jasmine? But Jasmine, I'll let you. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about tonight that you want people to know?
Oh, as a thank you to those of you who've already purchased, and for those of you who have not yet, I do have a coupon code for you. I'll put it in the comments, but it's easy. It's just Maggie15, and you can get 15% off your next order. Everyone can use it once, but I didn't know how long people would be watching this video, so it doesn't actually expire. So
and I will be in Asheville. I should say that.
And Maggie will be visiting me. We'll all be wearing Crocs.
Oh my God. So November 8th, from 4 to 6, I will be there for a book signing because I wrote a book and you should all buy it because I would like your money, please. And I just in general would like to meet people if anybody's in the North Carolina area. And then from 6:30 to 10, we'll be doing a live sale on Whatnot in the store. And then on the 9th from 10 to 6, I'll be doing a live sale. And I'm really excited. I've done it once before in like an actual business. And it's so nice because if somebody says I'm looking for size black 18 jeans, I don't have to be like, good luck. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's like we can go to the place and look for the thing. I'm really excited about that.
So. Yeah, I'm envisioning you telling me what people need, and then I'm gonna go and find it and bring you some options to show them. It's gonna be so awesome. No, it's gonna be. Yeah, and all that information on my page. There's a Facebook event link. There's all that stuff. We'll be keeping you posted on my page too.
Yeah, she's like an organized business person, and I'm also here.
No, I tell people I'm mostly duct tape. It's all in, how you measure, there's always stuff I wish I was more organized with.
Sure.
The year before Helene, it was the first year I had a whole year's schedule of sales, and then it all evaporated. But yeah, I'm an open book. If y'all have any questions for me, I get the question a lot. Can you donate clothes to us? Mm-hmm. We do accept clothing donations. I ask that you call first to make sure we're taking them. To be clear, when you donate clothes, you donate them to More to Love Consignment for resale. Mm-hmm. And we use those clothes and our clothes to supply the Curvy Closet. And then we will have special donation drives where we'll be looking for specific items that will all go directly to the nonprofits. So you can absolutely do that. Just make sure you call and touch base first because we have very limited space. And like I said, it's just me and sometimes my husband and daughter. And so we don't have a lot of hours to deal with all of that.
I just want to talk about this comment in particular because a lot of people feel that way. Where it's like, I don't have money. I can't help you right now. Talking about this, sharing this video, sharing her page, letting people know about the Whatnot sale, all of that helps. You have no idea how much.
Yeah.
If you comment on one of her videos, that helps. If you follow her on Instagram, you have no idea how much that helps. So there's a lot you can do. If you are a size 2, there's a lot you can do. If you're a dude, there's a lot you can do. If you just have no money, there's a lot that you can do to help.
Yeah. Including just consciously making sure that clothes you can't wear are getting to where they need. You don't have to help with me. You don't have to help by buying from me, but you have clothes. You have people in your area that need clothes. I'll just call a random nonprofit and be like, hey, y'all seem like maybe you need donations sometimes. Here's what I got, and so just being willing to keep an eye out on what the opportunities that come to help is more than enough.
I mean, you can also just set up a clothing exchange with a couple people on Facebook. Just say, hey, here are my measurements. Oh, Also, Big Jim, you can fuck off. So I'm a big girl. I like my titties. I guarantee you're never going to get to touch them. But once again, that counts as engagement. So I'm going to take it for the channel. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to come see you. One day I'll actually get to see like Asheville, but I'm gonna see like your store, hotel bedroom, your store. Like,
That's okay. We're gonna bring a little bit of Asheville to you. We're gonna get some local Asheville restaurants to bring the food, and so when you get hungry, we'll order from a new place, and you'll have Asheville people visiting, and
I'm really
so yeah, you'll have to come back to really explore, but it's gonna be a good time. Thank you so much, Maggie. I'm really glad you weren't an AI scam.
I mean, I am. The tricking part comes next.
Oh God.
You
Do you
guys,
want my
this is
social
gonna hit me
security?
when I go to her store and I'm just like, this is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine. Like,
You think you're gonna leave.
So
People,
everyone
we're
just write
home
your
to 3
social security
checkouts.
numbers in the comment section as a thank you to Jasmine. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
All right. Goodbye. I always say that, and then I have to click like 6 buttons to end the stream.